everyone, welcome to Peach Guitars. My name is Sam. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't done so already, it's my job to ask you to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions about this guitar, please put it in the comments below and we'll do our very best to get back to you as soon as we can. We're very excited here at Peach to receive some of the new Music Man Rabea Massaad Artist Series Sabre models. Rabea is an incredible musician, and if you are not familiar with him and his work, please pause this video, open another tab, and go and check out his YouTube channel as well as his Instagram. He is an amazing guitarist, and it's great to see players like him honored by brands like Music Man. We want to tell you more about the instrument, but we figure it best to hear it from the man himself. Now, our very own John Priest interviewed him at NAMM earlier this year, and we have some footage from that to show you so he can talk you through the specs and the details of this amazing guitar.
So I am super excited to welcome Rabea to the Peach Guitars channel for the first time to show us this amazing new guitar. So good to meet you.
Yeah, you too,
and yeah, I'm just excited to see what you got to say about this new signature model.
Yeah, firstly, just very mental that it's a thing.
Yeah,
I feel really thankful and grateful for this to be happening. Really, so it's all been very surreal this weekend so far. But yeah, so it's an artist model Sabre, and there's a little bit of a departure from the Sabre, the core model. Started designing it last April.
Right. Yeah.
Where I was given a prototype, and it was like a stock body and stuff, and I had chance to tour it, a couple of tours and gigs and stuff, and then the conversation started up about, you know, what would you change, like how would you modify it, what would be more suitable for you. So it started with things like the contouring of it firstly.
Yep.
So having the arm carved there was the first thing I asked for. Yeah. Which is really cool because it also means that you get this cool reveal that goes around the face of it, which I really like. Having the kind of spoon cut on the front, and then really it was the main thing that took a lot of iterations was this whole heel carve here. Yeah. So first thing was to bring that lower horn back, so that, you know, if you're playing like that, it's like more out of your way. Yeah. And then the stock Sabre's got quite a chunky heel on it, and I've got big hands, and when I'm playing up here, it was just a lot going on, just a lot of wood there. So we did a few versions, just bringing it lower and lower to get out of the way. Yeah. And the last prototype, I remember saying to Drew, "Is there any way we could bring it any more?" And you know, classic engineering brain, he's like, "Oh, structural integrity. I'm not sure it's going to work." And
we need to keep some wood there.
Yeah, I had to be like, "Please, man, come on, just try."
And he did it.
And he did, and so I picked this version up, and this is the final version, the day before the show. Right. And it's interesting because you wouldn't think like a tiny, because it's not much more than he took off. But I noticed when I was rehearsing for my performances, I was struggling with a lick right up here on the version before. And then I tried to do it on this one, and it was fine. And it's the
tiniest little details make all the difference, don't they?
Yeah, and you don't really notice those kind of things until that kind of situation arises. So, I guess the other main difference is the neck profile.
Yeah, well, we were just talking before we started shooting. The first thing I noticed when I picked up the one that's on the wall there, how big, well, it's not a massive neck, but I was like, hey, this is quite a nice, like, chunky neck for, you know, we normally know these guitars to either have like the V profile or quite a slim profile, but certainly got some meat to it.
Yeah, I've spent quite a lot of years, in the last sort of 3 or 4 years now, just being obsessed with like the sort of vintage Strat style profile. Yeah. And then, you know, you get used to that kind of thing because it's so chunky.
Well, it feels really comfortable, doesn't it? I think a lot of people that get used to those really super slim necks, after a while, they try something with a fuller profile and think, actually, this, you know, when I'm actually playing like chords or stuff 90% of the time and not playing lead, it actually feels pretty good.
Yeah, and that's it, exactly it. You know, I like to, in the bands, playing riffs and stuff. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not an overtly like lead player exclusively, but I like to play a bit of lead, so it's nice to have, you know, the option to do both with this, because it's actually a slight bit fatter here, and then it sort of thins out a touch up here, which is a carve thing that Drew was trying out on the guitar, and we've kept it because it was just really cool and a bit different.
Well, it gives that great stability to the tone as well if you're tuning down more and stuff as well. So, you know, if you're going further up the neck, you know, the intonation's going to be better having that extra kind of heft with the neck as well.
Yeah. So, and then outside of that, really, it's the bridge. We inspired by the JP15, but it's been redesigned for this guitar. But it's basically the same sort of vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Because the Sabre bridge is this sort of big chamfered piece of metal there, and I wanted to change that because I found gigging and sweating, my hand was sliding around a bit too much.
Right, sure.
So we changed that, and then it's got my bare knuckle silos in it.
Yeah.
With a push, so you can split down the bridge and the neck.
And what is the switching? Is that 5-way or?
Yeah. So you get bridge, and then I think it's outer coils, both coils, inner coils, and then neck.
Okay, and then you just use that for splitting the neck or the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's cool about it is that I don't know if you must have seen inside one of these. Usually, it's like a little PCB board to do it all with. So they've made it so that you can push this out, and then you get split. But when you use these 3 positions, they're the same as it would be if it was pushed in.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because like traditional wiring, you just have 3 identical sounds.
Of course, yeah.
So it's really nice that you don't have to think about that. If you just want to split them down, you do it and forget about it.
Yeah, it's a smart way of doing it, isn't it? That way as well. So.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the donut inlays is a bit different.
Is that an ebony fingerboard?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then bird's eye maple on the back.
Locking tuners and stuff on there as well.
Yeah. So I really like bird's eye maple. First time I saw it was I used to have a Nuno guitar back in the day, massive Nuno fan, and that has bird's eye maple. So I've always been a big fan.
Oh well, that's just whether you're into the designs or the looks or whatever of Music Man guitars, everybody that picks up the feel of the necks always just remarks on how great they always feel and stuff. So
yeah, the finishing's great.
Yeah,
super fast, and it doesn't kind of get sticky. And and also it smells great.
Yeah. Oh, when you open up that case,
it smells like maple syrup.
I know
something.
They need to make that as like some kind of spray, don't they? So just in the house or in the house everywhere as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, big fan.
So when you kind of decided to make the change, what made Music Man the one for you that really kind of did it? Was it your experience of playing other Music Man guitars, or were they just the top of the tree when it came down to trying different brands and stuff?
A few contributing factors. I think firstly, I had some Music Man guitars and really enjoyed them. I had the JP15 and I had a JR7 as well, and I actually had a Sabre. And I always really got along with them. I always thought the necks were small, but because my hands are massive. Yeah. But you get used to it, and then they're just great guitars. Stay out of your way. That vibe, I used them a lot on recordings, and always found they sounded good, and they always play really well. So it was like there was that, and then I think because obviously I'd built a relationship with them over the years that I've sort of done stuff on my YouTube channel, knowing Derek quite well and stuff. And then on top of that, it was learning through Tosin about, he'd been chatting with Brian about me, and it turned out that Brian was sort of a fan of what I do. So it was this kind of like cool thing where I thought that's a really nice thing that he's into what I'm doing, and also, it's a family business.
Yeah,
I like that.
We went to the factory just over a year ago, and it was on one of these days they had incredible, unprecedented weather. And everybody was sent home, pretty much, because it was like landslides going on, this record rain.
Oh wow!
And we got like a private tour to see like the whole of the operations, and you could hear everything, and we got a really in-depth look at how they do things and stuff. And I just really don't think sometimes that people get the details that go into these guitars as well. They are so good. And you see it on like a Supreme master built level kind of stuff, which costs 4 times the price of one of these. They do it on every single guitar.
Yeah,
they are amazing guitars, and I just feel like they're really adding more and more, like adding you into the artist stable, and more of the other guitars that they've kind of introduced. I think they're really hitting a good point now where more and more people are trying the guitars out, and is really starting to appeal to more and more players as well.
Yeah, especially in the UK as well. I think it's cool that, like, for instance, you guys stocking them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're quite a staple brand out in the US.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'd be cool to see more.
Well,
of them
we've got
around the UK.
a way better supply than ever, basically now. So we've always got a good stock of guitars. and with plenty on order at all times, and you know, and dealing with them has been really, really great as well. But the Sabre, actually, funny enough, is whenever we get one in, it just goes immediately as well. So really keen to see, you know, how well this one's going to.
Well, I hope it goes down well. I mean, I hope it's inspiring for people to play. I think with all the tones on you know, the options of tones you get, and the sound of it, and I think as well, yeah, the chunky neck. I think people might. I hope people will really like it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can take us through a few sounds. Show us how it sounds.
No worries. All right, so I'll go through the pickups. So that's like full fat bridge.
It's punchy.
Yeah, and then you can split it down.
Compression on there and some delay. It's really still thick, isn't it?
Yeah, that was one of the design remits for these, was so that you can split them down and get that.
Still sound good, yeah.
So then position 2, more the chimey thing. So it's kind of telly-esque.
Yeah.
Got that vibe.
Yeah, no, it sounds great.
Similar thing in the middle, bit warmer, but. Position 4, so variation on position 2. And then your neck, yeah.
Loads of clarity there as well. It's not going muddy at all, is it?
Yeah, the bit is kind of scooped sounding.
Yeah. So you can still riff on the neck humbucker then, can't you, as well? Yeah.
But I love it when you add a bit of compression, split it down, and you get that. It kind of does the whole. You know, stratty vibe, spank thing.
Yeah, that's it, your blues rock strat thing.
So, yeah, those are all the tones you can get out of it, so I feel like it can do a lot. Obviously, if you gain it up as well.
Yeah.
So they do like
really harmonic, isn't it? You know, those harmonics really jump out, and you can hear it when you're bending those notes there, like it's going into that upper harmonic. It sounds really, really cool.
Yeah, I like the way that it's really easy to do pinch harmonics on this guitar. I keep doing them by accident almost. And
accidental pinch.
Yeah, and they do that thing when you hold a note and it starts to ease into that feedback. That it happens quite a lot with this.
Yeah. Can I hear the neck pickup on that kind of tone as well?
Of course you can.
Just amazing clarity.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so chuffed.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just a really great all-rounder, and anyone, you know, looking for just a really good, versatile, you know, rock, blues guitar. It's kind of got it all in there, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of I guess for me, I like to try and play all sorts of different stuff.
Try and get as much out of one guitar.
Yeah, basically.
As possible. Yeah.
And also not kind of make it look too metal, but also.
Well, it still looks like pretty mean, doesn't it? But it's still going to appeal to, you know, the real fancy flame top crowd as well. Yeah, that looks amazing. And all these little touches, you know, with the gold poles and it just looks really, really nice. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking us through your new signature guitar. Hopefully we'll get some as soon as possible. And yeah, we invite you to come and check him out. Head on over to peachguitars.com, or even better, download the Peach Guitars app today. Cheers. Thank you.